try to make this recording. We know we're trying to write, find a place to write and be quiet, but it's just kind of hard. The people are harassing and attacking all the time. All the whores and homosexuals are always trying to speak and everything, and speak and keep us from talking to you. But a couple of things I want to say to you. First of all, okay, you see the castle, all right. That's where I live inside there. When I'm at home in the center, and I it's beautiful to me. It's our beloved Rothschild's castle also. Our beloved family castle. It goes back to King David, and we are Judah. So they let us be able to tell you that, okay? Because it and nobody really knew that, but they could look at it and kind of figure out. Basically, so now we're telling you. During Lebanon War II, there was a man, Imposter Charles, obviously saying, because I remembered seeing the man at the Salvation Army. They were trying to get money from us. She didn't want to leave them the money because she said that they would try to hurt us. Basically, so we just want to let you know Doda Ima, Nasika Joan Kroc Rothschilds, and she didn't want to leave the money, as I said, because she thought that they would attack us. They died a long time ago. We told you how they died. Because I said, but before she died, she did that, and she moved McDonald's over here. Because I said she took all the stuff, everything of it, like she needed to, and she moved it over here. So basically, it's from over here now. So make a long story short, they didn't like that. The bad people tried to assault bad USA people and everything. They just minus our people. They're like really really wicked because they wouldn't let you do with Nazi Germany people. So Imposter Charles was a kidnapper. Uh, 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 I'd say lover of George Bush. When we took that film to The Hague, that's what we saw. This was a grown man. My blood came up. We're little kids, age 5. So we took the film to The Hague. All this stuff that they saw, we put surveillance in their room. They came to our hotel that we own, and they heard our rabbi. We know they had to heard a rabbi because the rabbi came up dead. Because they said, and they brought Charles Manson with them. The first time we saw Charles Manson, is that a swastika on your forehead? We're like 3 years old when we saw all these things. So that film went to the Hague, and we brought charges against the bad USA people and all the stuff that all the racists and everything. The Nazi Germany people who they were with. So to make long story short, Imposter Charles was involved in our kidnapping production. He did terrible things with that breast implant at 805 son-in-law, pretends to be a woman, but is really a man, that they call Beyonce, and with Aaliyah, aka Jenna Hutton, the singer, who's really a bad person, a Nation of Islam, and Catholic. Her and Louis Farrakhan gave death to me and my beloved King Street and King Arthur of Egypt in Greece when we were really little kids, and he was still a kid, and King Arthur of Egypt too, and they were arrested. Our beloved Abaddon, King Constantine put them in prison and arrested them, and then they were made to leave. So it's let you know too. So we're showing you the castle. I pick flowers outside, and I go to the garden, and I told you that I would eat my lunch in the garden if I wanted to, or breakfast if I was allowed to, and sleep for Shabbat. I stayed in the castle annex part, and the castle main part is used for other things, but if people want to have a special occasion or whatever, or if you want just going to go inside and eat, as I said, but I stayed in the castle annex part, and we rent part of the castle annex part. We rented it to get a hotel room. So, and that's how the man was able to attack me. And Pastor Charles, I'd seen the man at the Salvation Army. He was a worker. It was about both the Pastor Charles. They were trying to get that money, and it was around the time of Mr. Konovsky, who was also involved in Dion Sivnev and Yukos. So he was arrested at that time. He was also with Imposter Charles because he said so, the kidnappers. So that was the reason why he went to us. He tried to deplete our company. So basically, to be a long story short, um, so one morning during Lebanon War II, like at the beginning, I got up. I didn't remember the man, but he had seen me with my beloved Kima Shavit when we were in the main part of the castle. And he said to me, he said, and I said, he gave death to my beloved Kima Shavit. And obviously to me too, because I said, and so he said he would. I'm gonna put the word try, because he said, because I don't like people giving my beloved royal family members or beloved royal people anybody death threats. I don't like that. He gave a death threat. Okay, he said, and he threatened to hurt my beloved Shavit, Kima Shavit and I, because he said, I'm just sure, but I did tell that the man gave the threat. And so one morning to Lebanon War Two, I go to the bathroom, and then to come back, and I said, he had his earphones in the television, and I said, is this a public area? You're not allowed to do that. And he jumped on me, he attacked me, but there was a witness, another guest, and he was a Japanese guest, and the Japanese guest saw it and kept him from attacking me. He couldn't. I was sore for 2 weeks from the attack. I just want to let you know that too. And as a creepy person that came from here, that's really obviously really not from the Pastor Charles, but Pastor Charles is not from Switzerland either. But he came to try to hurt us all. He's not Swiss either, Pastor Charles. But he claimed to be, and this other man not either. But they said he did that. But they asked him for Pastor Charles. They said they're trying to hurt our beloved royal family. Well, the castle is a Rothschild family castle. We inherited. We go way back to King David. So to let you know that too. We're the tribe of Judah. So now I want to tell you that in my own home, in my place where I'm living, they just said, and they attacked me in the sitting area where the television is. People who are not from there, Lebanon War Two. We know the bad American because they're bad. They say people and Nazi Germany people with them because they always had that with them. They hurt our people in World War Two. They did things. They stole our people's gold wings and things like that. So just like that, so they did stuff like that. So we just want to let you know that too. Now, what you saw, and somebody comes in here, so I know that they're just trying to keep me from doing things, but and speaking to you, but I'm trying to speak to you. So we're telling you about the attacks and everything. Obviously, bad USA people attacking us. So we just want to let you know that too. With Lebanon, what we saw, okay, but we saw these. A man came from California. He went to hit me with the hammer. Our desk clerk in the hotel was an Arab. He kept the man from hitting me. And there was another man who shot through my door because it said he wasn't where he said he came from either. He was fake. But it said he took money to take it. He wasn't what he said he was either. Because it said, and so we just want to let you know that too. And so finally the military came, the police came when all this stuff happened towards the end, and I was moved to another place. But then they had to put me someplace where it was safe for basic sit. And my beloved he was hurt, and I was hurt. But we're fine now. They sent us out. Basically, to that too. And so uh, uh, when the man shot through the door, I just made a clear circle, and the military and the police looked at me. I didn't know what he had used. The door was he cut it like that, so just whatever it was. So I thought maybe it didn't come all the way through because God is with us. Our God, our beloved God, is God alone is with us. Basically, so we just want to let you know that too. So they were we were helped with that. So basically said so we're telling you about Lebanon War Two, but this is where I live. This is where we live in the center, one of the parts of our home. It's a castle. It goes back to King David. So now they come into our home, they attack us. The bad USA people did those things. They were always like, told you what they did to us in the consulate at that time. And they had like a board plank, like the door frames. It was like boards the big like that, the door frame, and they made the things jagged and sharp. So our beloved royal relatives, our beloved abados, they could jab them with that, and that's what they did. We just walked them out. They had the board plank. So let's just go out. My beloved husband could be speaking now. We're really literally said, come on, let's just get out because let's just go out because they said because when they tried to come and after us, they're going to beat us to a bloody pulp. The man and wife that were in there of the bad USA, the Christian and Catholic people, visited that were in there, and they would just blame it on the on the ceiling. They heard the ceiling. They said, well, we just that they would just beat us and make it look it was the ceiling, but then the ceiling fell on them, like we told you. It fell on a woman. Then the man went to go see about her. I guess it was his wife, and then and then it fell on him. And we just went out really quickly. Had to push things away to get out it fell into the front of the door and stuff. So we just mentioned it too. So now we knew at that point it was bad USA people. We suspected it, and when we saw that, we knew for sure. And so our beloved our beloved Abadot Nasik Melchizedek, he lived. But our beloved Abadot and Nasik Ambassador Freeman, he died from his injuries. So we mentioned it too. So we knew at that point it was bad USA people with hurting us basically and trying to blame other people. So Lebanon War Two basically was practically the same way. I'm telling you who kept us from being attacked, kept from being attacked. With the King Queen Lebanon also. Me and my blood can speak to let you know that too. So I'm going to tell you what you saw when you saw those papers quickly. They're dated 2014. Our people got the close up of the papers. You know, they got what was written on the papers, and so you just saw the other day what was written on the papers. You see people trying to attack and do things and arrest, and we have to see those papers because it's not for them to see. You see what I'm saying? And so we were told when we were little kids, you know, when it came time what to put, this is papers. There are papers that we had from a long time ago. So you know, it's a synagogue, the church left a long time ago, and these are laws and rules that God has given. Our God's laws and rules are forever and ever, for all eternity, for all time. Do you know there'll always be times? That means we live forever. There'll always be time. So that, I mean, for all time, it means our laws and rules are forever, and we'll live for eternity. So now we told you about the vision that I had when you know that fake wedding. We were trying to catch all the Nazis with all the rest of the Nazis with that fake wedding of the fake Kate, because it was a fake Kate. The real Kate died. She was Hitler, the daughter, and so the fake Kate, the fake Prince William of the fake Prince William, and how I saw the in the vision like the Darth Vader. It looked like, you know, Darth Vader is actually the devil and Hitler, the devil and a Nazi, so a devil thing, and so really wicked. And so I saw it come out of that church because it said, and then I saw the church not be, and so that was 2011, and so then we were able to show you make the papers and show the papers to you because they got the papers where we could do that. Because it said, so we just mentioned that too. Hitler was a criminal, okay, and he was also a devil, white-skinned devil. Marco was his relative, granddaughter, like and a devil thing, like from a long time, like Lucifer, Dr. Particular Buddha Marx. I mean, that's the devil, because it said, and so and they came bothering people. They said all the other things. Timna, from Timna, Amalek. Amalek's a pity of evil wrongdoing. God is at war with the Amalekite, with Amalek. It's a pity of evil wrongdoing, and will not be in the end. So the Nazis are Amalek and Bezos. So all these devil things came. So this is a devil thing that came to try to hurt us. Bezos. You know, Hitler was a devil thing came to hurt us too, right? Okay, so we'll mention that too. So we're telling you, when you saw the papers that we showed you, you can see little bits of part about some of our holidays like Purim and Passover and things like Pesach and things like that. Okay, when you saw the papers in 14 and 2014, what you saw, even though you didn't see in the YouTube, you had seen other things that we told you about our kingdom. Is it so? And about it last forever, never restraining people, as this is our kingdom. What you saw when we showed you the other day was the taking of possession, and the Holy Ones Most High take possession of the kingdom. Our kingdom is the largest kingdom ever was and ever will be. Our kingdom is the largest kingdom there ever was and ever will be. It's the holy thing you saw from the book of Daniel. And we live for eternity. So that's what you saw. You know, we have really long names. My really long name, I have ID. It also contains Holy One of the Most High, little h. You saw it on the internet. It's not a lie. It's from the book of Daniel. So we know that we live for eternity. We know that we're real. We know that these things are real. We know that they hurt our people, but we know that we live for eternity. This kingdom is solidified. It's an ark. Okay, so I know that you feel frightened and you feel like this is it, but it is what God has made for us. It's going to be. And God said you have to be really good to live on this planet forever. So it's it. So we know that it's true. So everybody that's good will be. They tried to stick some dirty stuff in my bag. I'm a Jew. I don't, you know, I'm Jewish. I don't worship any other things. I got really mad because they said they're really wrong, and they're trying to, the bad people that they never, all they want is, as my beloved Camille Shabbat says, it's just Satan trying to sit on the throne of, still trying to sit on the throne of. calling all these things Gosha's disease. We just know that it's something spiritual and something special, and so it's it. And so, I slept in a silver bed when I was a little girl too. It was silver because I always had when I was over there. We had those over there. I would wake up and my nose would have my bed was covered in blood because it's on my nose. I would have nosebleed. I had groceries disease since as well. But I know it's a spiritual thing. So, and all of us do. Okay, so now we just understand this to you. Like doctors know it's not hypertension. There's no other symptoms. It's just, and they, okay, so everybody just so again. So, oh, you know, okay, so now we have to talk to you. Writing, whatever. Everybody has things on that is to do with nature. Not a lot, but I just feel like we have just know that love God is God alone said so. And we have to do the things our beloved God alone said. And we're going to do the things that our beloved God alone tells us to do. Me and my beloved in King's Beach, our family can do a simple and build on village can last forever. Make sure never chance sleep with good fraternity, and our beloved God's God will over us, and like angels and the fallen, and so the beloved God will help me and my beloved in King's Beach, our family can people when we could run for the kings and village can last forever, and never stranded people, never chance with them people, with fraternity, and still by love God's God alone, and people hurt come in the resurrection, and they live fraternity and still by love, the love God is God alone too. So I just want to say that to you again. Now, try to talk to you as soon as we can, or write as soon as we can.